Hey guys, what is going on? DaBoki here once again. It is time for another Maplestory adventure. I'm here on Straddle 201, almost 202. Actually, you know what? I can make that happen. Let's make that happen. There it is. 202. I forgot I had a potion to get some more XP right there. Alright, starting off the video with the level 202, I did want to do a little Totem Talks. Alright, we're gonna get some training in, gonna get some talking in, and I wanted to just grind it out a little bit. Updates really quick before we get started. I got myself a nice little new pet here named Cookie. I thought this little guy was super adorable. Look at that, he just always shows his little butt right there. Little toesies also. For equips wise, pretty much the same thing. I did end up getting the Magnus shoulders though from Easy Magnus. Got that to 6% dex. Or sorry, 6% luck. That was it's gonna take some time for me to get used to that. I really appreciate all the comments you guys were leaving me, the feedback. I was laughing so hard, man. You guys were asking me like why you standing a mile away from the boss when you're bursting. I was like, dude, I don't know. I didn't know that throwing Star Barrage, like it required you to get right up close into the chili, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you guys giving me those tips. Let's get into it. I just want to go ahead and get into this map actually, and I think probably train in here for a little bit. I really don't know how this is going to be though. So the normal map that I like to go to is in Tranquil Urdas. It's those lantern folk. I really enjoy the layout. I enjoy the map. I like the double kind of mob spawn that happens there, but dude, we're just a little too weak right now on Straddle, I think, to be able to go over there efficiently. Oh, okay. And before we get like really deep into it too, there is the Haste event going on. Now I don't know when you guys are gonna be watching this video, but this is happening. I've been taking advantage of this a little bit, and it's been pretty nice. You know, some good little rewards. The Haste event, I think, just pretty much increases rune duration, gives you some more XP with the runes, maybe decreases the cooldown of the runes. It's dealing with the runes, and it's just XP boosts, I should say. I'm gonna be training in here for a little bit, you know, just give it a feel. I don't know. All right, let's go. Let's give it a shot. Just see how it works. Here comes the totem with all its glory. Totem has initiated. Wild totem right there. So this is gonna be nice. I'm gonna also go ahead and pop a 2x card here. Some additional potions there. I did also get this speed infusion, which is really good, so I'm excited to see how this is. That right there. And yeah, let's just go ahead and pop this up and give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and just open up with the burst as well, I guess, to start off strong. I don't know if totem is worth doing it in this map, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to try it out a little bit, I think. Just kind of experiment and just kind of see a little bit more if we can get in the groove. It's been really cool here though, guys. Training with the Night Lord. It's been fun. It's challenging though, but it's a lot of fun if you can kind of get the skills down and be able to rotate it well. So it's very rewarding in that sense also. But level 203, ladies and gents. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful level right there. I think if I could hit 205 by the end of this totem, I'll be really happy. That's kind of a big goal though, 205. So what I'm gonna do right now though is move over to, I think I wanna try out lanterns just for a little bit. Like just give it a feel, you know? How is it here? I know these mobs are very tough. It's gonna take me a bit to kill them. But this is more for an experiment, you know? We're just gonna try to experiment, give it a shot. I know the burst doesn't last that long, but man, isn't it beautiful? It is beautiful. It's been a little while since the last Totem Talks, you know, where we can just kind of chill and talk and hang out. I mean, all my videos, I feel like I'm just talking and chilling and hanging out, to be honest, but it's something different with the totem. When you're just kind of mindlessly grinding away at mobs, it feels different. Yeah, it's got a different feel. So a little update here. I guess on my front, just been doing a lot of content creation, still out of work, you know, not been working for a bit, and just been focusing on trying to grind out the content, and I guess just doing what I love doing here. And it's been really nice, man. It's been really good. Some days, you know, are better than others, of course, where I just feel like, man, you know, this is amazing that I can do this, and then other days I'm feeling like, am I doing the right thing? You know, there's always that thought that kind of comes into my mind where it's like, Could I be doing something a little bit more productive? Overall, I've just been really loving what I've been doing lately, guys. It's been a lot of fun, and I've just been really trying to enjoy it while I can, because I know, once responsibilities kick in or whatnot, I might need to just pick up and start doing something else, and that's life. I don't want to be irresponsible. That's number one. Also, is I want to make sure all my responsibilities are taken care of when I can take care of them, and making sure that I'm not just completely throwing away my responsibilities, because I do really treasure the responsibilities. I think I value responsibilities and being able to get things done when you do need to get them done. Some other updates in life here. Unfortunately, my mom got in a really bad car accident, and she got sent to the ICU, which that was a really scary thing. I wasn't expecting myself to be back at the ICU so soon. Definitely brought back some traumatizing, memories and experiences from when my dad was there just not too long ago when he was passing. So it was a little bit tough for me at that time. It was 2 days ago, so like roughly 2 to 3 days ago. Mom is doing good though. She just had to stay there for a few days. She had a little, I guess, bleeding in her brain, which that was pretty concerning. But doctors said that things are looking good. She's recovering well. So yeah, we're just kind of taking it a day at a time on that. And she's just been back at home, taking it easy. She's been recovering really well. Just, the headaches, of course, right now, just kind of while everything heals at the moment. But man, that car accident was big. It was when I went to go to the car at the junkyard. Actually, it was yesterday, and went to go take a look at the car. And I was there with my mom, and we asked, like, so can we drive out? Can we drive off with the car out of the lot? How bad is it? Because my mom doesn't remember anything, right? She was she like knocked out. She blacked out when the car accident happened. I'll tell you guys also what happened too with the car accident before I get into the junkyard story. Is she was driving the highway, later at night, and an animal popped up in the road, and she swerved to miss it. Which in driving classes they tell you don't swerve when an animal comes out. Just pretty much step on the gas and go full force. No, don't do that either. It's very dangerous to try to swerve and hit the animal. Usually you're supposed to like impact it. At least that's what they taught me in my driver's course. But instinct, that's human instincts though. Is you're trying to save a life, you're trying to swerve and not hit something. I feel like that's just a very normal thing to do. So she swerved, and the car spun out of control, and she slammed into the railings and into the ditch. I'm just really glad that she's okay. So yeah, anyways, we got to the car lot shop, and we asked the guy, just can we drive the car out? Like how's the car looking? He didn't really want to say much, but he was like, oh no, like you definitely cannot drive this car out. It's in really bad shape. So I went to go see the car, and yeah, it was in really bad shape. It was missing a tire completely. The front end was just like blown out. The whole side of it was just gone. It was just insane to see, I guess, something so indestructible looking, so destructed. And it was a shock, man. It was like, jeez, it could have been so much worse. The airbags all blew out. I've never really seen airbags like go out before in a car. I guess just only in movies and stuff. So yeah, it was like a really just an experience for me to kind of see that, and just so fortunate that my mom was okay, and that she was just coming out with minor injuries as she could be coming out with, because that would have been a lot worse. Getting another call like that for the ICU and just getting like pulled into the ICU again was just kind of rough on me. Just all these emotions and flashbacks kind of just flooded into me, and I don't know, just like driving over there again, everything was just kind of the same motion again, like when I went to go see my dad in the ICU, and just going around those, like, if you guys ever been in an ICU unit, they're just those like the circular roundabouts where all the nurses are kind of like sitting in the middle, and all the rooms are on the sides, and everything was just like really fresh, and it was tough, man. It was tough, but we got through it, and just really fortunate and blessed that everything is okay. And just want to thank you guys too. You guys have just been so incredible. I didn't really want to say too much in my streams, but I've been streaming a lot, these past few days, and it's just to kind of help me also take my mind off of things of what was going on, and just kind of surrounding myself with a little bit more positivity instead of just sitting there dwelling in my thoughts and kind of, getting lost in that hole. Sometimes you got to kind of pull yourself out of that rut and do some more productive things in life. So, and just kind of help yourself get better a little bit. I think distractions can be really helpful, but you also want to, of course, not ignore the issues that are going on, but you don't want to be just contemplating and stuck in the same thing over and over. So yeah, I was just streaming and I didn't really want to tell anyone in the stream. I think I mentioned it once at the very end of one stream that mom is in the ICU, and it was just kind of tough, to kind of talk about it, but I just wanted to thank everyone for being there with me and just really making my, I told them, making my days, making my weeks, and just helping me more than they know. So, you guys too here as well. I say it a lot, and I think a lot of content creators say it a lot, but whenever we say thank you for watching at the end, it's like it's a really thankful. We are really thankful. All right, a lot of us are going through things, and just being able to come here and take our mind off of things and be able to kind of escape a bit in content and doing something that we really love doing. It's a very incredible feeling, and definitely very thankful for it. I feel like a lot of times I kind of get in this mindset man, I feel so weak. You know what I mean? I couldn't stop that car accident. I couldn't stop my dad from passing. There's a lot of things in life where it's what can I even control anymore? You know what I mean? And I'm sure we've all felt that at a point. It's there's this kind of this a little bit of a helpless feeling. You know what I mean? And a bit of a rut in that sense, especially when things happen that are out of control, which there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of things that happen in life that we just have no control over. And that's how it is. But the thing is, though, is we do have a lot of control over things throughout our life, and we're just missing it. We're missing a lot of it because we're always in this mindset now that we're just letting this quote unquote fate or destiny kind of just take us through, and now we're just so passive on not trying to change or control anything. And I need to get out of that mindset, because there's a lot of stuff that I can change and control in my life. If I don't like a job, and if I feel man, this is just really burning me out, tearing me down, I have the power to change that. You know what I mean? I have the power to go and find a new job. And I can do a lot of these things. If I'm in a bad relationship, man, I'm just stuck in this really bad relationship, it really sucks, I have the power to change that too. You know what I mean? If there's things that sucks in life, then change it. Especially if you can't, then change it. At least work towards a change for it. Make it happen. It starts with us. Well, guys, it's been almost 30 minutes on this part right here. 82%. I think I made a bit more in this map than I did in the Urdas, the Happy Urdas. I think the Happy Urdas I was making 70 to 80, and here I'm making, well, I'm gonna say 80%. I know I started at about 1 or 2%. I think this level is gonna be popping pretty soon here. There we are, level 204. Very nice. Dude, I've been for really getting lost in the sauce this training. Look how lost I am. You see what stars I'm throwing right now? Yeah, those are tops. You know what I said last time when I said we're seeing tops coming out? We're getting into that reserve stars at the moment. Oh my goodness, 62% right now. Our buffs are about to end. This is, I think, the hour-and-a-half mark right here, which is not bad. I think almost gonna be getting that juicy 205, which I was kind of shooting for. I think that'll be really exciting. But I am going to go ahead and recharge up a little bit on the materials and so forth. Make sure that we're situated for this last little bit of the XP push. Mesos are looking pretty okay. 32 mil. At least we can afford potions now. That's good. Definitely need to go on fresh bulbs and do a little boss toss soon. Oh, 78 mil. Just sold all of the spell traces. That was a big push up. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I was watching an Anthony Bourdain show, like a cooking show. It was a really old one. I think it came out in like the 90s or the 80s. It was from a long time ago, but I was watching it recently with my brother, and it was about soup. And I thought it was just awesome. They were actually talking about, I think it's called chanko soup. It's like the soup that the sumo wrestlers eat. There's some awesome YouTube videos of this really happy sumo guy like cooking up chanko, and I think it's just the best. But anyways, that's a different video. Anthony Bourdain was there, and he was like exploring this world of chanko. I don't know if I even say it right, but it's like this beautiful hearty soup, and I think I want to try to cook it sometime. But he says something in there about soup that really just kind of got me thinking a bit. Anthony Bourdain is like really good with his words, and he's, you know, really deep thinker also, I think. But he was talking about how soup, or at least chanko, like hot pot style, I think it's like pretty much like hot pot in a way, but you put like all this stuff in there. He was saying like this is kind of like a conversation, you know, like soups are kind of like conversations. At the start, it doesn't really have that much flavor. You know, it's kind of like breaking the ice a little bit when you're kind of talking with someone. But when you're at the very end of your like soup meal, that's like when it has the most flavor. And that's kind of like a conversation. Like when you're talking to someone at the start, it's kind of like really lighthearted. You know, you're maybe just talking about the weather, asking how you're doing. But then like at the end of the conversation, it's like where the chunk and the deepness, kind of the flavors build up in a way of your conversation and of your soup. And I thought that was really cool, and it just made me realize like a bit more like how deep like soup is like that. You know, I never really thought of it in that way. You are building flavors, you know, like at the start you just have water, and it's very just bland, you know, and even like right when you put in the ingredients into your soup, there isn't really that much flavor in there. The soups build flavor over time. You know, that's essentially what makes soups like really good, is you put in a lot of amazing ingredients, and then with time, that's when it starts to really get these flavors out, and then it starts to really shine. I know Anthony was talking about more so of like conversations, you know, like you start out really lighthearted and then it starts to really build up of your flavor. But I think it can, you know, go deeper into like when you're meeting somebody or when you start building a relationship with somebody. There's not really much depth into your first meeting with somebody, right? But I think it's still very important though, as like with soups, you're kind of building that foundation, that broth. Like, of course, you need to start with water and some ingredients in order to start building that flavor. So even when you meet somebody for the first time, setting that foundation a bit, you know, at the start is like a very important step. It's a lot more important than I realized, I think, of just like this casual hello or just, you know, like a greeting of just starting to get to know somebody. It's like a start to your soup, in a way. So it's cool. It was like really cool to think of it in that way. And like, you know, of course, as time goes on, you start adding in more flavors and it starts to enhance your soup, and then the previous flavors are enhancing these new flavors as they're coming in. We're just kind of building a huge pot of soup right now. Is what we're doing with everybody. And it just makes me so happy to think of it that way, because I just love soup. Anything that is dealt with like relationships, I love to kind of revolve around like with myself, because that is, of course, what I think is the most important relationship to have, is the one with yourself. And essentially, you know, that's kind of building life. So I kind of viewed it as like our whole life is almost like a pot of soup, you know, from start to finish. And as it goes on, as we live life and as we are experiencing every day, we keep adding flavors, and the flavors keep getting stronger and better, you know, as our days go on in life. And it just made me really appreciate, I guess, just all the flavors that I've built in my life, these experiences that I've had. Sometimes, you know, they start out really bitter, right? Like some ingredients you put into your soup are super bitter. You know, you're wondering like if you just took a bite out of it right there, or you even taste the soup at that time when you put in that ingredient, it just tastes really bad. You know, like ginger, right? Like if you just take a bite of ginger by itself, it's horrible. I really dislike taking a bite of ginger, just like accidentally or something. But in soups, dude, it's so good. You know what I mean? Like it builds so much flavor in there. And I think like a lot of these events recently that I've had, hard times of course, but I view it as just like pieces of ginger going into my soup. And later on, it's just gonna build so much good flavor. You know what I mean? And Not saying like go out of your way to find these pieces of ginger, in your life. No, I think they'll come naturally. Everyone experiences hard times, but I think we can view it as ginger. Like we got some ginger in our lives, kind of coming into our pot of soup here. Like at the start, it's not gonna make sense, and it sucks that it's there, but later on, it's gonna really strengthen that broth, strengthen the life. So yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, reassuring a little bit, or nice to think of it that way. As long as we keep our soup boiling, our stove hot, and keep it going, the flavors are going to produce. I'll stop talking about soup, but just know that yes, I am very passionate about it. I love soup, and I think it is like one of the best foods out there possible. And I think I definitely need to make some chanko, and also learn how to say that word too sometime. Maybe I'll film it. Maybe I'll do a little cooking with DaBoki with chanko or something, and we'll just eat like a sumo meal. I think that'd be really fun. Oh man, now I really want that. I've never tried it before, but it looks really good. It looks just like hot pot, I feel like. I think it's just hot pot. Ladies and gentlemen, the big 205. There it is. Happy Totem Talks 205. Hey, let's go. Ah, what a good grind. That was good. It's been really nice. I'm excited to get Straddle stronger. Of course, let's see the mesos. Just use the meso bags. 88 mil. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys are having a good day, and thank you for joining me on this Totem Talks with Straddle. Always a good time. Much love, one love. This has been DaBoki, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.